So let me get this straight, Mo. Manchester United finished 15th in the Premier League and lost the Europa League final to Tottenham Hotspurs, who themselves only managed 16th in the league. Not exactly a season of strength for either side. And they told us this summer was meant to be different.
You are correct, and to be honest with you, the transfer window is started off promising after we got Cunha on the release clause from Wolves, and then we straight on moved to Bryan Mbeumo, and then it looked like we were going to get that deal done quick as well, but we negotiated for a month to a month and a half just to end up paying what Brentford wanted anyway.
Exactly, and let's not forget about the Al Hilal deal, where they came with a £100 million offer for Bruno Fernandes, which we rejected. But let's be honest right now. It's fair to ask, did we make a mistake by rejecting the £100 million?
Bro, do you know how much money £100 million is, bro? £100 million, yeah. We would have had to sell maybe 4 or 5 players of the rest of the squad in order for us to make £100 million. We could have reinvested that money into a striker or a midfielder or a goalkeeper, maybe even two of those 3 positions, and then the rest of the money goes into the other.
Bro,
positions.
I feel like that's too easy to say though. Like, I understand where you're coming from. Like, with £100 million, there's so much we can do. But we're talking about Manchester United here, okay? When has this club ever spent that much money wisely, okay? Just look at our recruitment record. Look how poor it is. We brought players like Anthony, Hilal, even Jadon Sancho, who I thought at one point was going to be one of our best players.
I understand that, but you have to remember, those players that you just mentioned, like Anthony, for example, those were under the old regime. Those were under the Glazers. Now we have Ineos. They spend money more wisely. Obviously, many people will dispute that when it comes to like players like Manuel Ugarte. But you have to remember, players like Mazraoui, he came for 12 million. Dorgu, he came for peanuts, like 25 million or something. De Ligt, he came for barely anything as well. Recently, we have started to be more sensible when it comes to spending money, and only for maybe Ugarte, Mbeumo and Cunha have we started splashing out a lot of money, and even that is in a bunch of installments. So realistically, even last season, we didn't even spend 100 million.
I get what you're saying, but I feel like selling Bruno Fernandes, I mean, we're talking about someone with leadership, consistency, and elite output. Okay, these things aren't easy to replace. And so, yes, I guess we didn't spend 100 million last year or under the new regime, but I personally don't feel like I've seen enough to say that I can trust this club with 100 million pounds.
Bro, why is Bruno Fernandes so important to you? I don't get it.
Bro, like, you have to remember, this last season was the worst Manchester United team in history. But Bruno still performed at a world-class level, okay? We're talking about someone that provided 19 goals and 19 assists in 57 appearances last season, okay? Not only that, in the Premier League, he was first in key passes, first in progressive passes, first in through balls, and he was joint 4th in assists, okay? You can't just get that anywhere else. In fact, I would even say Bruno is so important that he can slot into any top 6 club like Arsenal or even City, replace players like Odegaard or even KDB, and still win them the Premier League or even the treble.
Okay, you mentioned those 19 goals, 19 assists here, but look at where those assists and goals came from. Okay, 6 GA came from Leicester alone, who got relegated. 1 assist came from Ipswich, who got relegated. Another one from Southampton, who got relegated. Then there was 2 against Barnsley, where we scored like 7 past them or something. There was flipping 2 penalties against Chelsea and City. Like, in the big moments, he doesn't pull up, and then even some people might pull up things like his Real Sociedad performance, etc. But even that, he scored a hat-trick, and 2 of those goals were penalties. Honestly, bro, I think you're reaching. I think you're overvaluing Bruno Fernandes. Most of his GA, they come against the scrubs of the league. They come against the scrubs of the Europa League. And against the bigger teams, he tends to only score penalties. And that's pretty much it, as we've seen against Chelsea and City, for example.
No, I don't think I'm reaching. I think you're undervaluing who we're talking about, okay? We're not talking about Højlund here. We're talking about Bruno Fernandes, okay? This is a world-class player, okay? This guy's done so much for Manchester United, and I feel like you're discrediting everything he's done for the club.
Look, yeah, I understand your point of Bruno Fernandes is a world-class player, but you have to remember some players don't suit some systems. Bruno Fernandes, he suits quick counter-attacking football, like we've seen on the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and then also in some parts with Erik ten Hag as well. In this system, he's not disciplined enough on a consistent basis to play in the pivot in terms of decision making and sticking to position. And even when we play him advanced, where he's probably better than he is playing deeper, he's more likely to go to try spectacular passes or try spectacular shots or whatever, which would result in constant loss of possession and then the occasional moment of magic instead of playing it simple and retaining possession for us.
I don't know, bro. I feel like you're making good points, but I feel like this argument is low-key 50-50. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. But personally, I don't feel like we should regret rejecting £100 million, okay? I feel like Bruno Fernandes, not only has he given us a world-class season last year, but he's going to give us another one this year. And that's my honest prediction going into the 25-26 season.
I think we're going to regret that decision because I think that world-class season that you're talking about, he's just going to end up farming against the scrubs of the league, against the part-time police officers. And yeah, I mean, look, we could have reinvested our money into a goalkeeper or someone like a midfielder like Baleba, for example. But yeah, I mean, we'll see next season.
Okay, but that's true. But let me ask you this then. Why does Ruben Amorim favor Bruno Fernandes so much that he not only told Bruno to stay, but he wants him in his team going into next season?
Let's be honest, that's most likely because he's Portuguese. Let me ask you a kind of question to that, yeah? Why does Ruben Amorim persist with starting Diogo Dalot even when Diogo Dalot does not perform?
Bro, I mean, I don't know. That's low-key a reach, but I get what you're saying. Like, Dalot does get too much playing time considering that he's not a top player in my opinion. But hey, maybe it could be a Portuguese thing. But let me know what you guys think down below. Like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you, Mo, for joining me in this video. Check out his video as well, where I'll be collabing with him with the strikers that Manchester United should sign. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video.